Tonight will tell us a lot, give us a good clue about how long the Republican race will go on. We assume Romney's going to win tonight. Is the conservative part of the party, of which you are a loud member, that doesn't like him? If he's opens 2-0, are they ready to rally around him, or are they ready to tell one or two of the other conservatives, get out, so somebody gets a clean shot in South Carolina?
I think we're seeing even from the Gallup polling today that's coming out that conservatives are really ready to rally around Mitt Romney. They're exhausted with campaign season. Now, if it's close...
Exhausted with campaign season just started.
Just started. But we've been going through this for a year now. The fundraising's been going on for a year. The talking's been going on for a year. They were exhausted before Iowa. And so they're ready to move on.
If the Patriots lose, I'll be exhausted with the NFL playoffs. But until then, let's play the game. You know, your show is the conservative alternative. I was just joking during the break. We found the conservative alternative to Romney. Where have you been all this time? It's a serious question, though. I mean, normally, South Carolina, yes, it's a conservative state, but it has proven in its history it's a quote-unquote pragmatic state in the sense that it says, all right, we have a clear front runner. Let's anoint him so the bleeding stops. Will that happen?
Well, there's the old line that Democrats fall in love and Republicans fall in line. And to what intensity is what we're still kind of debating on. That's something that we'll see, not just with New Hampshire, but South Carolina and definitely Florida. I keep saying, and I really do believe this, that we will see, if there's going to be one, a non-Romney candidate emerge from South Carolina. So we're getting real close.
But let's worry about tonight. I got a lot of these gray hairs, Carville. You had already lost yours. I'd like to blame New Hampshire on you losing your hair. But you know, this is where Bill Clinton was the comeback kid. A lot of people out there probably think, oh, Bill Clinton won New Hampshire. No, but Bill Clinton came back from the dead to surprise in New Hampshire. The state does have a history of surprising us. Ask Barack Obama 4 years ago, and Hillary Clinton roared back. Could we see a surprise tonight, or is that one in cement?
We could, but I doubt that we will. But to the larger point, I was talking to somebody who's been around for a long time, and I was saying, you know, this Romney's like this thing is sewed up. I don't think it was ever in doubt. And she said, you know, James, be careful. Always somebody gets put through the paces. At some point, the voters say, excuse me, we want to weigh in this thing a little bit. Probably if the polls that we saw coming into today were accurate, he probably won't get tested in New Hampshire, but, you know, New Hampshire could surprise. But maybe in South Carolina they will. I don't know, but I got a lot of respect for her judgment, and what she said tended to ring true. We will see. I think the number, Erick and I a bunch of were talking before, the over-under here, the closer he gets to 40, the better off he is. The closer to 30, the worse off he is.
This is the most generous electorate for a John Huntsman candidacy, Roland, especially the way he has run. As sort of even though his record, he could have run as a pretty conservative Republican, he's run as sort of the tolerant, more moderate Republican. Where's the line for him tonight? He had hoped all along that Romney would stumble in Iowa like he did 4 years ago, and then he would beat him on his home turf again like McCain did 4 years ago. That strategy is not available because Romney won Iowa, 8 votes, but winning ugly is winning. Where does Huntsman have to place tonight?
Stroll up the 50-yard line last night with LSU. He's not going to cross it.
Knew it was coming.
He's not going to cross it. He's not going to cross it. I'm going to finish my point. He's not going to cross it. I mean, look, here's what you have. The conventional wisdom said Mitt Romney was not going to do well in Iowa because the social conservatives in Iowa simply could not accept Mitt Romney. He's a Mormon. That's what the conventional wisdom was. So what did John Huntsman do? You know what? I'm going to avoid the state. Forget about it. What happens? Romney wins the state by 8 votes. All of a sudden, Huntsman is sitting there thinking, I'm going to make New Hampshire my main stand, sort of like Rudy Giuliani in 2008. Florida's going to be it. And so you're seeing that he hasn't caught fire. Every debate he's tried to be cute and funny, it's absolutely fallen flat. I just think from day one, he simply never connected with an electorate. And you're seeing right now the result of that. I think after tonight, if he doesn't come in second with a great showing, dude, it's over.
Voters don't like it if you try to pick your state. Now, for those of you at home who don't follow the subplots of the CNN election team, Mr. Carville is a huge LSU fan, and he is fresh. He is fresh from a drubbing shutout last night, and Mr. Martin wasted no time.
The newest member of the Southeastern Conference.
Could I respond?
I had to make a mention of it.
Could I respond? You know what? If Texas A&M football players could run the football with half the velocity as Texas A&M alumni run their mouth, they would score 40 against Alabama.
I'm just saying your score is 0. You couldn't even cross midfield. It's okay.
Quick
run your mouth.
Quick question for the conservatives at the table. Assume Romney wins tonight, and you're going into South Carolina. Will there be pressure from the grassroots organizations if you've got a Perry, Santorum, Gingrich, probably Huntsman, running down there? Will there be pressure on one or two to get out, give somebody a clean shot?
I think absolutely. You're going to see conservatives meeting all weekend after New Hampshire, trying to figure out what to do, trying to see if they can get someone out of the race. Because we're used to the conventional wisdom that you go Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, boom. But this year, most of them won't be in until most of the delegates until after Super Tuesday.
Delegates. Do we have a delegate race or a momentum race? That could depend on somebody getting. You can call Romney weak all you want. Yeah. You got to beat him to prove it. Period.
Exactly. That's it. That's it. He'll get the delegates from those states. But one of the things you mentioned, grassroots groups, Eric mentioned grassroots groups are going to be meeting in South Carolina. Tea Party Express, Amy Kramer said that she's on CNN, said that they're going to make an endorsement in South Carolina. So we'll see where grassroots goes. I'm going to need a therapist, I think. After,
John, you got ego. You got ego.
Ego is involved here.
Repair his ego.
Ego is involved. And folks, these guys, don't worry. They're just getting warmed up.